Let's move on. Long ball number 3 here on this Wednesday episode of Morning Kick Around, and we now move on to um, the Women's Euros 2025 Women's European Championships. Not an American soccer thing, and I fully acknowledge that. Now, there are some American soccer connections because some of these players are in the NWSL, but I'm not really even reaching for that. I just want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about England beating Italy yesterday via an extra time penalty kick that was an absolute joke. If you have not seen that call, that highlight, go back and watch. And I think what is most frustrating, if you are a neutral, if you are an Italy fan especially, is the fact that the referee in that match decided to let them play, right? She decided to swallow the whistle for a lot of that game. But when it came down to crunch time, the last couple minutes of extra time in a game that looked like it was heading to penalty kicks, instead of letting them play, instead of ignoring what looked to me to be as much a dive as a foul, she blows her whistle. She gives England the penalty kick. Chloe Kelly converts that kick, and England goes on to win. And, you know, if you look at the numbers, let's do this thing that we always do in soccer. Let's look at the numbers. Let's consider the balance of play. England had 58% possession. Not that that says a lot, but it says something. They had 58% possession. They had, according to FOTMob, 2.71 expected goals in that game compared to Italy's 1.73. 24 shots to 11. 7 shots on target to 5. 5 big chances for England created to Italy's 1. It is not wrong to say that England outplayed Italy. It's not, and in the sense that we do this in our game, we'll say something like England deserved it, right? England deserved to win that game. And so imagine from an England perspective, if you're on the other side of this coin, if you're a Lionesses fan, you're saying, okay, maybe the penalty wasn't a clear-cut penalty, but look at the numbers, look at the stats, look at how that game played out. How can you say England didn't deserve it? But I reject that whole notion, and I'll do it even when my team is on the beneficial side of that discussion. Like, even when my team is the team that benefits from a call like this and we maybe deserve to win, I would still say I don't like that. This is a game that turns on moments. Our sport turns on individual moments. And for that game and a berth in the Women's Euros final to come down to that call in extra time feels so egregiously unfair that I think we're going to be talking about it for a very long time. Certainly, Italy fans will be talking about it for a very long time. Now, the other thing that happened in that game, or the other thing that happened in that moment when Chloe Kelly did not convert her penalty. Let me play this out for you. Haven't seen it. The very questionable, very soft, as tissue paper penalty is given. Chloe Kelly steps up to take it with the clock ticking up to 120 minutes. Again, we're in extra time in a semifinal. She has the kick saved by the Italian goalkeeper, Giuliani. She then puts the rebound away, which, by the way, may soon be illegal, may not soon be allowed. There is an IFAB consideration of that law of the game that would mean that if the penalty is saved, regardless of whether or not it comes back in play, it is over and the sequence is done, and you will not get a chance to put the rebound in. But that's what Kelly did. She was saved. She then put in the rebound when Giuliani was unable to get up to make a second save. And we got this as the celebration from Chloe Kelly, evoking memories of Thierry Henry. And I'm not having this. I'm going to sound English for a second. I'm not having this. This is the celebration that you drop after a very questionable penalty that everybody in the building thought was a joke. Everybody watching at home thought was a joke. And then you are saved with your first penalty kick and you get a rebound. And this is the celebration that you do. I'm very upset by the mismatch. A celebration that what's triumphant? I mean, look at Chloe Kelly's face and tell me that doesn't make you mad if you're not an England fan. Now I do know, I mean, I recognize, although it's a very different circumstance in terms of how the goal was scored, I recognize that there may be some people who responded like this to Megan Rapinoe and her celebrations in a World Cup not that long ago. Arms out, look at me, I am imperious. That's what this celebration is. This is an imperious celebration by Chloe Kelly. After, again, a couple of things happened that really kind of undercut the idea that you can act imperious in this moment. So I don't know. I just, again, the attitude, the smirk, the smile. She helped her team win a semifinal. She was asked to convert a penalty kick. Ultimately, she did that. All right. Ultimately, she did that. Just not sure I love the way this goes down. What's the consensus here among the ultras in the chat? Does everybody think this is completely fine? The way she celebrated was completely fine? or maybe a little bit more humility? Or do we not need that? Do we need players like Chloe Kelly, who in this moment does not care? Okay, Arsenal connection between Kelly and Henry. Sure. That's, if you want to concoct some sort of justification, because again, I know this, the stakes, the moment, the stage that she did it on, probably is it gives her a little bit of justification here, and maybe this is true from Chris. Short term, icky, makes you mad. Long term, based. Long term, people will remember Chloe Kelly for this celebration probably more than they will remember her for the fact that she missed the initial penalty or had it saved and then put it back the rebound. Yeah. There is that question about the rebound rule. John hates the legality of the rebound rule. Yeah. Okay. Jay Hunt. Celebrations need to go back to pissing off opposing fans. This is the showmanship element of it, right? It's a show. It's entertainment. We want to be entertained. All right. Go big and brash, says Riverside Grove. All right. You guys are on board with Chloe Kelly doing this. Okay. We'll let her. I mean, it's not our decision. She's allowed. She's the one that scored the goal. I don't get to say anything except it bothered me that she did this. There you go. All right. If you have not become a subscriber to the Morning Kick Around, you can do that right now. Hit the subscribe button. Join up this little community that we got going. Help us out. Help us get to 3K. We are nearly there on MK on the MK channel to 3,000 subscribers. You can also become a member. Obviously, become an MK Ultra. You can do that on the page. There should be a link there for you right now as you watch the show to become a member of Morning Kick Around. Become an MK Ultra, as we call our community. You get access to the Discord, which is awesome. We're doing some bonus content. You get priority commenting and all those things. And so jump in, become a member, support the show, help us grow. We're pushing forward from now into 2026, which is obviously a massive year for everybody in American soccer. You can send us an email. You can do that at morningkickaround@gmail.com. If you want to get us directly, we will respond to your emails. We still check those. You can follow us on social media. You can do that at mkickaround. Instagram and Blue Sky is where you can do that. X as well. We'll post some videos, and you can follow along with us over there. If you want to give us a little bit of money and support the show without signing up as an MK Ultra, you can do that at coffee.com/morningkickaround. Had a couple of people do that. Thank you very much for all of that. I want to shout out all of our MK Ultras who are in the chat. I know some of you have already been on screen with your comments. Jay Hunt, Chris Sau, my man Mike Thomas out there. Phil and Miketon is his other name. That's an inside joke. Maybe one day I'll explain that. Anybody else who signed up